Hi, stellar, busy working moms out there. I just wanted to, do a quick video and say hi, happy Thursday. We've almost made it to the weekend, so good for you if you've made it this far during the week. And I just want to talk about, I had a patient the other day share a story with you, and she is a 35-year-old mom of two. She works full time, her husband does as well, and she is so chronically stressed. And I know it is stress, but she sometimes doesn't even identify how stressed she is. She's so used to doing the grind day in and day out and feeling not great all the time that it doesn't even register that her stress is off the charts. And the main symptoms that she comes to see me for are irritability, anxiety, and depression. And those are known effects of chronic stress. Just physiologically, your body changes, your neurotransmitter levels change if you have chronic stress. And so we did a cortisol test. It was a salivary test, and she did it 4 times during the day so she could measure her cortisol output, and it was off the charts the whole day. So she wasn't sleeping, her mood was chronically irritable, anxious, and depressed, and it was so enlightening for her to see those test results. She just burst into tears. She couldn't believe that this was related to stress, that her anxiety, her depression that she'd felt for several years doing the grind with her kids day in and day out were really related to stress. And it was, my heart just went out to her, because sometimes it takes seeing those numbers on a piece of paper to really even register that you're under that much stress. And so I just want to acknowledge all the amazing, hardworking moms out there, and families and partners and everybody who's trying to make it work for the family. That it is so stressful, and one of the first effects that you'll feel from chronic elevated stress is, irritability is a big one. Feeling your mood swing up and down and feeling a little bit at the mercy of your moods day in and day out. Some people feel just chronically anxious about everything, even if they don't have anything really health-wise or job-wise or money-wise to be anxious about. There's that chronic feeling, or just really low and not being able to enjoy time with your family. So yeah, I thought I would share that story because it's just mirrored so many of my other patients, and certainly times in my life as well. And so I just want to talk a little bit about what happens long term to your body under that level of chronic stress. So when I say chronic stress, that usually means super high elevated cortisol, or after a long time, you stop being able to produce cortisol, and then you can really dip into a deep depression. And if you're not already feeling fatigued, which everybody is, having a job and kids to take care of, you can just be really bottomed out. Some people experience chronic joint pain, and certainly in the long term, not addressing chronic elevated stress levels can lead to things like cardiovascular disease, strokes, heart attack. It can lead to insulin resistance and blood sugar dysregulation, which way down the line can be diabetes. So patients who have a family history of those conditions, either heart disease, diabetes, or thyroid dysregulation, also is really related to chronic stress levels as well. If you think about where you are now, moving 5 years down the road, 10 years, 15, 20, if you don't address that, or you don't know how to address that kind of chronic adrenal fatigue and stress, it can lead to some really serious consequences. And so I just like to tell people that, because again, so many of my patients just don't register the stress as having an effect on their life. And certainly it's having an effect now, and it can really have a devastating long-term effect in the future. So if you feel like this is you and you haven't talked to anyone about how to really deal with your stress, or you want to measure it and see what are my levels, how is my body doing, how is my cardiovascular system, then I would love to help you with that. And so feel free to find out more information. I do like 30-minute introductory phone calls for potential patients who want to really change and turn their lives around. So if you're interested in that, you should check out my website. You can schedule a call right on the website. You can also join. I have a closed Facebook group. It's called Working Moms Get Healthy. That's the struggle that I have every day, and so those are the kind of people that I want to reach out to, because I really relate to what's happening day in and day out. So the Facebook group is Get Healthy, or Working Moms Get Healthy. My website is www.drlindsaywilkinson.com. And I'm also a practitioner at Kuan Yin Healing Arts in Portland, Oregon, so you can look me up there. Okay, everyone have a great Thursday. See you next time.